Alright everybody, I'm back to do some healing. When I talk, it helps me heal. As I was just talking to Emma about psychology and advice and all these things. What's the best way to make a psychologist look like they couldn't be one? Put them in a war zone and tell the psychologist to tell the enemy to stop shooting at them. You know what I mean, Emma? It won't happen. And then the psychologist hides in the hole as it's getting shot at. How's he going to help that psychologist? I bet you if it had some pills, it'll start taking them, wouldn't it, Emma? As it'll be panicking in the hole waiting for something to help them. So, what type of help can this society give you when you're in a war zone? Melatonin. That's what I just got described. Some melatonin to help me sleep, as I just talked about, that I'm having trouble sleeping as I'm up all night. And me and Emma pretty much do shifts. Occasionally there's a time where we sleep together. We're trying to get better at that, but we can't because every time we try to get to a point where we can sleep and not have to be up constantly and looking at cameras and worrying about attacks, another attack comes along. Isn't that right, Emma? Yeah, it's like you've been in that hole, psychologist, and then every time you go to sleep, they go bang! Right? And then you start yelling out some psychology to try to help that. Good luck. So I've got some melatonin to help me sleep. If that doesn't work, my doctor will prescribe me some more stronger stuff. But the worst thing about when you're in a war zone, isn't it, that you can't get prescribed too strong. I don't want nothing too strong. I just want something to help ease the nerves a bit, because every time I think about something, I feel like flying out of that hole, that psychologist, and just grabbing them with a knife, even though that's all I got, or the stick I just made up in the hole. I'm hitting that point. So how do you stop the psychologist from flying out of that hole before help arrives to allow them to leave that hole so they don't have any more of their problems? Isn't that right? Well, they would have to stay in that hole, try to make weapons to defend themselves, and take their medication that they describe to others when they're really down. And so, in my situation, it's a little bit like that psychologist in the hole. Sad, isn't it? And in the end, all we can get when you're in North Korea, pretty much, means the doctor already asked me, haven't you seen all these people? Do you want to go see some other people? No, I've seen all these. I actually do it for myself. When I need psychology, I've made videos for myself that helps me. Doesn't it, Emma? When I am down, what do you see me do?
You watch your own videos, you try and
And
check
I
it out.
laugh at them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? There's no psychology out there for me. I already know all the advice. I've heard it a million times over. That doesn't stop someone still coming to your door and going, I'm going to kill you, does it, Emma? And going to another place to talk about it also doesn't stop if you come back to the same place. So they pull you out of the hole and they put you back in. You're not going to heal. And so I'm just in a spot where I'm like, well, why I'm waiting for court outcomes and other issues to finish so I can leave that hole, I'm pretty well stuck, and I've got no one wants to come to the hole or help me in the hole, family members and stuff like that. They call me from the hole every now and then, but other than that, they can't send anything to help me get out of the hole. They've got no time for that. They've got no ability for that. Isn't that sad? Can't call the police. The police actually make sure that you stay in that hole as they protect the other people. The police won't get you, but if you try to shoot back at those people, psychologists, the police will get you. Isn't that sad? Hey, isn't that right, Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah, what else are you going to do now? Psychologists in that hole. Anyway, people, I'll give you more updates about my life. This is real. It's not a clip out of Interview with the Vampire when you see the woman getting killed on the plane. Everyone's fucking laughing at it. Have you seen that show, Emma? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's how I feel. I guess a psychologist can throw her some pills. Maybe send her to another place. She'd be safer there. Have you ever seen that show, people? Check it out. Because That's how I feel right now with this video clip talking to you. I'm that lady. And you're all laughing. This is not funny. As I told my doctor today, that the things, she's a cheerful woman and it is sad. But it's sad to see when people talk serious stuff and I'm trying to hold on. And they got a smile on their face like it's nothing. And that's okay because that's them. But it still makes you feel down. That's why I hide in my cave. That's how sad it is. And have a good one.